Hello, everybody on YouTube. This is Ellie. I just wanted to talk to you today about um, the prophecy I was talking about with Saint Bridget and what she had said about the year 2038. There were actually two other people that prophesied the same thing. Now, these particular feast days will fall on these particular days that they prophesy about. The first time it happened was 1943, and the next time will be 2038, which is 18 years away from 2020. And then after that, the next time that these events will happen will be 2190. So let's take a look at the three prophecies, first of all, concerning the year 2038, which is upcoming. St. Bridget of Sweden said, "When the feast of St. Mark, April 25th, shall fall on Easter, the feast of St. Anthony on June 13th, on Pentecost, and that of St. John, June 24th, on Corpus Christi, the whole world shall cry woe." So St. Bridget of Sweden, a saint, said this. And it so happens that all these feast days, because I looked it up in the year 2038, they all fall in that year, 2038. I looked it up, and it's correct. However, again, it's in God's hands, but these feast days all occurred in 1943, and they're going to happen again in 2038. The irony of the whole thing is that it's more probable now that 2038 is very possibly the year that she predicts that these things will happen, when the world will cry woe, because look at the events in the church, with all the scandals, all the rumors of war, all of the apostasy in the world. The 2038 seems to fit like a perfect puzzle, and then you add to that fact that I found the years on the last 117 years on the Tilma of Guadalupe, 1903 to 2020. I actually found years in the form of Greek letters on the Tilma of Guadalupe, which equal 117 years, and you can read about that in my new upcoming book, ID 2020 Trump Prophecies and the Last 117 Years on the Tilma Towards 2038. So that's amazing. And then you put in that, you factor in that the Belgium prophecy, which shows 18 years before the first catastrophe. So you take the 1903 to 2020, then you take that year 2020, add 18 years, and you get 2038. Now, how is it likely that everything fits like a perfect puzzle? It's not, you can't explain it except it's God. Another person that also predicted these same feast days and these dates, as far as when they would occur on these particular dates, is Venerable Magdalene Perzat, and she lived in 1850. She said, "In the year when Easter occurs on the feast of St. Mark, April 25th, Pentecost, and on the feast of St. Anthony, June 13th, and Corpus Christi occurs on the feast of St. John the Baptist, June 24th, then the whole world will cry, woe, woe, woe." So we have somebody else also predicting, a Venerable Magdalene predicting the same exact thing the St. Bridget is predicting when these particular feast days, the same feast days too. I mean, it's just amazing. You can't explain how that's possible. And then we have Abbot Worden also predicting the same thing. He says, "The Pope will cross the sea in a year when the feast of St. George, April 23rd, falls on Good Friday, and St. Mark's feast, April 25th, falls on Easter Sunday, and the feast of St. Anthony, June 13th, falls on Pentecost, and the feast of St. John the Baptist, June 24th, falls on Corpus Christi." So the Pope is going to cross the sea. That reminds me of the image of St. John Bosco's prophecy of the Pope on a ship between the, I think he's between two columns, one column of Mary and one of Jesus. So he's that year that this is supposed to happen when the Pope is going to cross the sea. It's also 2038. So you got three people predicting 2038. Now, how likely is that? I mean, it's impossible unless it's God, unless you factor in God in the equation, because only God could make that possible. That three different people are predicting the same year. And how is it possible that the Belgian prophecy fits with my findings on the Tilma? 2020 is the year, one of the years I found on the Tilma, plus 18 equals 2038. Now, how likely is that? So, anyway, I'd like to hear what your comments are about that. It's amazing, actually, what I discovered with these prophecies and how they all fit like a puzzle. Well, anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I'd be interested to find out what your thoughts are on this. And also, I hope that you're praying. If you're real busy today, just take 5 minutes and say, God, please be with me. Help me today. That's all you have to say. It doesn't have to be, a specific prayer written out that has 4 pages. God wants it from your heart. He doesn't want you to just recite words. So he wants you to have a life-transforming experience on this earth so that when you face him in your final judgment, you're ready to get to heaven. So you have to, when you say a prayer in the morning, let it be from your heart. Just if you're real busy, just take a few minutes, just say a quick prayer. Well, I'm praying for all of you. Hope you're praying for me. And we're living in the last days. Pray fast and live a pure life. Give your heart to Jesus. God bless.